Hello everyone, Maltese Knights here, and I'm diving into Marvel Rivals, a new game a lot like Overwatch, a hero-based shooter that's dropped a new map trailer. So let's watch it and see what we can find and piece together. And first off, we have the Spider Bot, which has a 01 on it. This is referencing Earth 01, where Master Weaver resides, which we'll get into a little bit more at the end of the video. But immediately, I think of Miguel O'Hara and his Spider Bots that was in Across the Spider-Verse. But let's get more into the video and see what we have here. Okay, here we have a lot of different corporations to go over. One of them is Pixel Corporation, which is a mega corporation dealing with reality and stretching limits beyond it, like a lot of these other ones that we're going to go over. We see Horizon. This company is kind of a bizarre corporation that collects multiversal power to occupy spaces beyond reality. Ben Reilly is actually connected to this company, funny enough, and looks kind of interesting. That'd be awesome if we got a Ben Reilly Spider-Man skin. That'd be pretty awesome. Also, we see Horizon, which is headed by Max Modell, a scientist Peter Parker actually idolized. This was later absorbed into Alchemax, which we will actually see later into the trailer. We also see Yashida, who is a supervillain and an adversary of Wolverine, usually. So it's kind of neat to see that, and I'm curious how he'll play in if we get to see the Silver Samurai. Another headquarter we can see is the Green Globe. This is connected to Ravage, a superhuman with energy blast, super strength ability, agility, reflexes, and also has some claws. So it'll be actually pretty cool if we get Ravage. I've never heard of him until I started doing some research for this video, but I'll be very excited. Here we also see lots of cool stuff. We see Penny Parker's mech, or SPDR//DR. There's also shown another picture that's better set of that. But also we see Spider Cat Cafe, which is really cool to see. That'll probably be a really fun building to interact with. Also behind, we see two girls, or it looks like two different girls in the left, and it kind of looks artsy. It kind of reminds me of something that you'd see at like a band. So I think this is actually a reference to the Mary Janes, a group that Spider-Gwen is actually a part of, which we will actually see Spider-Gwen 2009 referenced in this video later. On this frame, we can see Douglas Jazz Knight, which this is actually a reference to Arthur Douglas, aka Drax. So it actually is really cool that we get to see him. Obviously he's standing right there. I'm just kidding. He's standing so still that we cannot see him. But it's really cool that we can see that. Also to the left, right there, like I said, we see Spider-Gwen rocking out. So again, I really think that that's connected to the Mary Janes, and that's the band that's referencing. We also see the Hand in the top right. And the Hand is a evil criminal organization who fights a lot with Daredevil, and so maybe Daredevil will show up in this, but we don't know. Daredevil would be an awesome addition to the roster. Spider-Man has also been known to fight the Hand in this map. Is very themed after Spider-Man, a lot of connections, so not quite sure. We also see M Ultimate Mission, which I am not sure quite what is that. I do think this is definitely a connection to Phineas and Ferb, the TV show, because there's a episode called Mission Marvel. I'm just joking, though. That'd be hilarious if Phineas and Ferb got it.
I can't see it, but I have a rather severe look of disappointment on my face.
This'll turn that tin frown upside down.
In this frame, we can see Spider-Punk on the bottom, on the right, which is looks like to be the same connection art with Spider-Gwen. So I'm curious if you get to see Spider-Punk and Spider-Gwen together. Here in this frame, we see on the top of that arcade Captain America versus Doom 2099. So this is appearance of Captain America. So it'd be really cool. It says War Tales, and I'm not quite sure what that reference. If you know, put it in the comments below. If you see anything that I might have missed, there's a lot to cover, and I'm sure I missed tons of Easter eggs. It's jam-packed. But we also see what appears Spider-Man fighting a figure with a white coat. And I think this is a direct reference to Kingpin, who's also known to be in collab sometime with the Hand. So I think that Kingpin potentially might be a tank that comes later in the game. We also see some French on the top describing what appears to be Doom 2099. So I don't know, maybe it's like propaganda of him. You'll be really curious. And here, this is a really cool shot. Just shows the prettiness of this map. It's just so cool. You can see the rift breaking, obviously caused by Doom 2099 and the multiversal war that's happening because of this whole event is happening because of him. It looks like a Chitauri, kind of reminds me of the Chitauri coming down, which we'll also see one that looks a lot like it. So potentially the Chitauri are going to be in this. This picture right here shows Public Eyes, which is owned by Alchemex, which is right next to it. Punisher is actually connected to a lot of these corporation and names, so I would keep an eye out for him joining the roster. Also, Superior Spider-Man is also one that's connected to a lot of these corporations and this comic lines in general, but more on him in a little. Here inside of Private Eye's headquarters, we can see a health pack and some screens. So it looks like we'll have some health packs in this game, which is pretty cool. We didn't know that before. Also, I hope that these screens are actually live, that you can see players running across of it. Here we can see Alchemex, which is commonly connected to Mahara, but like I mentioned, Superior Spider-Man is actually another one at play, and I think he'll actually be the one to join the roster. And I'll explain why in a little bit at the end. And this is a really cool shot. You can see Eco Central behind there. Another corporate, again, there's so many different corporations like D-Monks, I don't think I even mentioned, and all these play into 2009 Doom and setting the stage between the multiversal war between Dr. Doom and his 2099 variant. It's really cool. We see Samurai, and it's really cool. This might be a connection to the Silver Samurai or another character, I'm not quite sure. Here in the background, we can see none other than the Doom Spider. I'm kidding. I mean Master Weaver or Karn, and he belongs to the world of 01, like I mentioned earlier. He's a protector of the Web of Life, and the Web of Life and the Loom is how people travel across the multiverse. And so it might have been, he actually dies in the comics by the hand of Superior Spider-Man. And I think that we're in a world where Master Weaver has already been killed and by Superior Spider-Man. And that is, I think, what sets the stage for Doom 2099 to have been traveled. And so that's why he's able to kind of wreak havoc. And it's kind of Superior Spider-Man unintentionally set the stage for this by killing him. Here we see an archery, which is really cool. I wonder if Hawkeye might be joining. That's who I can think of, but there's quite a few archers. So it'd be kind of interesting who this is hinting at. And in this frame, we can see something really cool. We can see SpongeBob versus Crystal Head. So stoked to see these two make an appearance. I'm just kidding. I really don't know who these guys are. So if you guys do know, please drop it down in the comments. I'd be curious because it looks like SpongeBob to me fighting someone who has spikes for a head. That's all I can tell. Now this is the Chitauri thing I was mentioning earlier, and we see again Public Isle, Demonx, Horizon, Beyond, all these corporations. But this looks like from Chitauri ship, which I'm really curious if they have any kind of, if they're helping Doom or we recruit him somehow from Loki. I don't know. Here with the closing shot, we focus on Master Weaver. Again, I think this is the connection that ties it all together. It's his death that causes the Web of Life to be unprotected, and Doom 2099 can go and use it. That's perhaps why we're going to this map, is to perhaps take over the Web of Life, take it back. And I think it was Superior Spider-Man, like in the comics, that killed him. And it sets the stage for all this. So what do you guys think? Do you think I'm wrong about anything? What did I miss? I know there's plenty on this this trailer. As small as it is, there's so many Easter eggs. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited? I love this map. This map will probably be my favorite, but there's still many more to come. See you all next time.